How does Sergio de Larrea and the two ways improve as we get through more of NBA Summer League for your Dallas Mavericks? We'll talk about all that and more coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast presented by the ALLCITY Law Firm. Hey, what's up? It's the DLLS Mavs podcast presented by the ALLCITY Law Firm. If you or someone you love ever find yourself saying, I just got hit, call the official law sponsor of the Dallas Mavericks, the ALLCITY Law Firm. Call 214-I-GOT-HIT or visit IJustGotHit.com. Kevin Gray alongside all the Capital J journalists today. Ron Herro Jr., DLLS Mavs beat writer, our national NBA reporter for ALLCITY Network, Tim Cato, and Christian Clark of The Athletic covering your Dallas Mavericks. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys covering your favorite team.
Ron isn't.
What?
Or, I mean, Christian isn't. I looked at Ron and I meant Christian.
Man. Couldn't even get 1 minute into the damn show.
Today I feel Spanish, and that's more important to me than
all right, Tim.
Podcasting.
Bobby, come get Tim already off the set, please. Come get him off the set.
Unbelievable.
Like, good gracious.
Bobby has a nice drink in his hand.
Yeah, he's not worried about anything right now. We appreciate you hanging out with us here.
Very nice.
As we are live at Westgate Superbook, your home for legendary Vegas fun inside the Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino. Our National NBA insider Marc Stein will be joining us a little bit later on in our show today. Mavericks practiced earlier after coming off their opening night loss last night to the Golden State Warriors. They'll be back on the floor tomorrow night in a big weekend here in Las Vegas after Morez Johnson Jr. had 27 points in his Summer League debut. What more can some of these other two-way guys improve upon as you get through the rest of NBA Summer League? Plus, we'll hear from Poulakidas throughout the course of our show as well on this fantastic Friday afternoon. Ron Herro Jr., what's going on?
You know, this is my first pod in Vegas.
Welcome.
Demon home. Demon home, baby. Demon time since I'm here, baby. Let's get it started. I got my two guys. I learned so much from just watching these guys do their thing.
Oh, that's sweet.
So it's my first time having both these guys on at the same time. So I'm excited. I'm ready to have a good time.
What's the most demon thing you've done since you've been out here?
Oh, you know what? I've been around Tim Cato for a while since we've been here, and
I'm an angel.
I'm
an innocent person.
Some energy we've exchanged.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, we've got kind of a Yankee thing going on, maybe. You know, I'm cherubic. You say that? Yeah.
Gosh, I'm gonna skip Tim for a second here. Christian Clark, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Guys, my lips are chapped from being out here for 3 days. I'm feeling like a dried out sponge a little bit, but I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Tim Cato, what's going on?
I'm glad we're back.
We're so back.
Yeah,
we're so back
as we've ever been.
We are.
I remember being in this exact room.
The
year
inaugural,
ago.
Yeah, a year ago. Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
You was out there with us.
Yeah, shout out Westgate for having us back.
Yeah, once again, shout out to Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino, the official home of your DLLS Mavs podcast. Mavericks will take on the Lakers tomorrow night in the late game, 7 p.m. here, Vegas time, 9 p.m. back at home for the boys and girls in Dallas. So a late night tomorrow night as the Mavericks, as I said, practiced earlier today. We'll hear from Poulakidas. Morez Johnson Jr., Sergio de Larrea will get back on the floor tomorrow night in a busy weekend of action of NBA Summer League. Games already underway today with Milwaukee taking on Miami, also Cleveland taking on the Pacers in a slew of action that will be taking place throughout the course of Thomas and Mack Center and, of course, Cox Pavilion, the homes for NBA Summer League. But, gentlemen, let's get into it. Christian, I'll start with you because we saw Morez Johnson Jr. last night do his thing, 27 points, 12 of 17 from the field, active all over the place. What were some of your takeaways from last night going into the rest of his Summer League as the Mavericks get started here?
The Summer League Mavs have Rez and they don't, baby.
Touche. That's right.
I thought he looked good. Look, I think what Joe Boyan said after the game was true. I think he's going to be a player who just has a pretty high floor because of the size. You know, I know he's only 6'9", but he's got that wingspan where in the athleticism where I think he's going to be able to play the 4 and the 5 at the NBA level. the intensity. Like, I think, he's going to be a player fans just love because he's just going to play hard all the time. I mean, there's really no off switch. I think he's just going to set like bone crushing screens and be pretty good in that roll game. Like, that was definitely something I saw last night. It's like, I'm just going to set this screen. It's going to create space for you. Give me the ball in the roll. Like, I'll hit this floater, push shot. He's going to get a lot of like offensive rebounds. And yeah, he's got the defensive versatility too. So, I mean, it was a really nice night for him.
I think he's going to be a center. That what I saw last night was, it may not be immediately, and that's fine. It might be something that he grows into, and the hope is that he grows into the shot, which would allow him to be more comfortably a 4 next to a 5. But what I saw out there, and again, it's summer league. It is the athletes out there. There's some NBA athletes without NBA skill. There's some NBA skill out there without NBA athleticism. It's not a perfect way to measure. But obviously at Michigan, he was always playing with a guy that larger, taller than all of us combined. And like actually watching him just play the 5 by himself. Of course, he did that at times at Michigan. But I thought I saw a player. When you talk about the screens, when you talk about the touch, when you talk of just the overall fluidity of doing big man stuff. I think he can and will do that at the 4 at times, especially next season. But I think as he grows into the player that he's going to become, he's going to be a 5. He's going to be the big on this team for a long time.
Yeah, I was, Morez did a lot of things last night that we saw him do at Michigan. That team won a title because he was just a dog. You go into a bar, someone pushes your friend, and you want the other friend that can fight with you. And it's like, I'm walking there, cooperflagg, dog. So, okay, Morez is with me. Okay, I got 2 dogs with me. We could beat anybody in here. Like, that's just how he moves around. He's so calm. We're interviewing him after the game. You can barely hear him sometimes. He's such a reserved player off the court. But I'm watching him, jaw at, I think it was Ike, was the center for the Golden State Warriors, who was playing really well. But him and Morez start jawing, and Morez ended up getting the better of him in the second half of the game. And it just shows, like, while off the court, he might be a reserve player on the court. He's still a player that plays with just such a high motor, so much energy. He's just a player that other players are going to love playing with. And he finished with 27 points on 17 shots, 8 boards. It was a couple of boards that were like contested. We're like sitting right there. We're like, oh, okay. Like, that was a good board. Like, he's just such an aggressive player. Biggest thing, he had like 5 stocks last night. That's pretty impressive, like your unofficial debut.
I think 2 rebounds and 3 fouls away from a summer league triple-double.
That's right. Or, of course, you get 10 fouls in NBA summer league play. Darren Peterson found that out. You get 9. He got 9 fouls last night in his game against the Wizards.
Real quick, Christian, if we get beers tonight and I get in a fight with somebody, are you fighting with me? I know Ron will. He just said he would.
It kind of depends on what you did to lead up to that.
Touche. It always
you started it. I don't know, but if they started it, then yes.
That's an answer from a very
times over here.
Yeah,
times over here.
I like that. That's a good answer.
I'm innocent.
That's a good answer because he's got the answer to the wife and the kid when he gets home. Trying to fight for you, Tim. That's for damn sure.
Definitely.
Let's talk about the other rookie that had a lot of anticipation coming into this summer league, and that's Sergio de Larrea. Last night for him, 29 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 14 from the field, 1 of 9 from the 3-point line, but 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 turnover, had 1 steal and 1 block as well. What more, Ron, do you want to see from Sergio de Larrea and what you saw from him last night as he gets his feet wet in the NBA game here?
Well, I think he was getting comfortable. I talked to him a little bit after the game. He's kind of like this. How was he feeling? Like, he's comfortable being here, but he just finished the season. He's just coming over here. He was just getting used to Dallas, and now he's already in Vegas. His handle, we were just talking about it, still pretty loose. He's kind of more like, I watched Denny Avdia as a rookie, and Denny's handle early was it was more erratic, and he was trying to understand the point forward kind of thing. Sergio or Larry is kind of in that mold right now. I think eventually, maybe in 2-3 seasons, it'll be a strong handle. But right now, he's just trying to get comfortable with the ball. And summer league is so physical. It's like almost like in some ways like a playoff game, because about the fouls thing. Like, there's no reason to not go your hardest on defense, because there's all the incentive to either make the roster, or if you get a foul, like and now that there's the 1 foul rule, like the 1 free throw rule, it's even just less of an incentive. You might as well just go as hard as you can. We watched another game. Jimmy Walker's had 7 fouls in the first half. So players are going really, really hard out there. I think what's bothering him a little bit. But he was, the jump shot, he was comfortable taking them. He took 9 threes. He only made 1, but the ability just to be confident, same way John Poulakidas is a skill that no Mav had last year.
You guys remember Josh Green?
Yeah.
You guys remember?
Do we remember
3
Josh
years
Green?
ago? 4 years
Brother.
ago?
Imagine if you didn't.
Brother.
So Josh Green was a case study in a player that is exceptional at passing. Does not mean that they're going to just be able to make great passes that lead to assist at all times, 24/7. You have to have a handle. I think what let Josh Green down, and look, he still makes good passes. He's been playing well off the bench for Charlotte, but he never developed because he doesn't have a handle. He cannot get past guys. Some of it is also just the way his body type is, his athleticism. He's a little bit more upright, so it's also harder for him to, like get low and get past somebody. But that's an example of even though I was, I thought Sergio, I thought Larry, as he likes to be called. I thought he really showed, probably even more. Like you give those exact chances to Josh Green. I don't think he's doing as much. I don't think he's finding those. I think it's awesome that his touch, like really his sense, his feel for the court, his court mapping, is at a really high level. And these other skills have to come so that he can use that correctly. So that he can create advantages that then his passing is going to really shine and really be a weapon. I think he can get there, and I think it's awesome. Like what you saw, the passes that he was making, you can't teach that. That is kind of a having your processing of the game be at a level that allows for that. But that's just an example of okay, he's going to be able to need to score a little bit on these drives. He's going to be able to need to shoot. So people play up on him, and he's going to need a better handle to make sure that he can get to those spots where we can see that passing that was a lot of fun and pretty successful.
One of the things that we've learned about Sergio the 2 times that we've talked to him is he did not spend a whole lot of time in the United States before the Mavericks drafted him. In fact, he said he'd never been to the United States before last week when he moved here with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So when I was watching him last night, my biggest note was this looks like a guy who's not played against, this caliber of athlete before in his life. He's a very, talented, accomplished player in Europe. I just think, even in that game, you could see him kind of working through, these guys are like a little bit quicker, twitchier than I'm accustomed to. And I thought he did look more comfortable as that game progressed. But that's definitely the biggest thing I'm watching for him. Just how does he deal with like that different degree of athleticism over here? Because not a whole lot of time in the Estados Unidos before.
What a crash course though. Dallas, Texas, and Las Vegas.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
For your first introductions to America, for sure.
The 2 American cities.
Yeah.
The 2 great
Yes.
American cities.
Yes.
That's what they
Is
say.
it hot over there where he's from? Like in Spain, the heat, like I know
it gets hot.
like it gets 110 maybe.
I'm saying this. I've never been to Spain.
Oh,
I
just
don't
know
why
like
I'm
the
acting
UK, like with the air conditioning situation, when it gets hot there, it's like a big deal. No, like that whole thing. So I'm like, the heat's probably like shocking to him.
Ron, I need you to ask him if the Eiffel Tower is more beautiful in Paris or in Las Vegas.
No.
You know what? I should definitely.
Just straight.
He'd be like, what
There
are
you
you
go.
talking about?
It's a high of 98 in Madrid.
Okay, so
tomorrow.
it gets hot. It gets
Okay,
hot.
well, that's a cool
It's
front in Madrid compared to what we're dealing with here in Las Vegas. Real quick before we go to break, Chris, you started to mention a little bit as Sergio de Larrea got better as the game went on. What did you think about some of the connection between him and Morez as the game went on a little bit? We saw a couple assists for Morez from Sergio last night. What did you think about their connections that started to grow a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like if you're a guard who can pass the ball, Morez is probably your best friend because he will just turn the guy you're guarding into dust with his screens because he's so big and physical. I mean, if I saw a guard who could pass the ball, like I would absolutely love playing with him. And in fact, I think Ryan Nembhard said that after the game. He's asked, "Hey, what'd you think about playing with Morez?" And he's like, "I love him already." I believe was a quote.
Yeah.
And I was like, it felt pretty genuine. So yeah, I mean, if you got like vision, then Morez should be your best friend.
Shout out to Disciple for Christ underscore 214 with the $5 super chat. Can't wait to see the motors of Flagg, Rez, and Lively in that front court together. hopefully we get to see it too if Derek Lively is healthy this upcoming season, because that would be a hell of a front court to watch those three get together and wreak havoc on the rest of the NBA, given what we know and what we've seen so far from Cooper Flagg, obviously in his Rookie of the Year campaign, and one game from Morez Johnson Jr. If that's a sampling of what we're going to get from Morez here in Dallas, look out.
That trio is going to be incredible inside the arc.
Yes, not having a lot outside the arc. Hopefully Cooper improves on that 3-point shot, but not a lot of 3-point shooting with that group, but it will wreak havoc defensively on teams for sure. Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast presented by the Godsey Law Firm. When we come back, John Poulakidas spoke to the media today, what he thought about Morez Johnson Jr.'s first game and what he absolutely loves about playing with Sergio de Larrea. All that and more coming up next. But first, I'm going to talk to you about having some legendary Vegas fun, and you can do so right here at the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas Resort and Casino, where they have the largest race and sports book here at Westgate. In fact, they've got state-of-the-art LED displays with 4K resolution, 63.2 million pixels, and over 4,200 square feet of digital space, where we watched the World Cup a little bit earlier on, as well as the must-see destination for sports fans in Las Vegas. In fact, you can break free from the fees right now by booking this limited time offer to enjoy luxury accommodations with absolutely no resort fees, saving you $49.99 plus tax per night. And your stay includes, check this out, Ron, it includes complimentary tickets to a hit cabaret show just for you, a $75 daily dining credit, free day spa passes for 2 per stay, and the convenience of free valet parking, because who doesn't love free valet parking?
Good job, I love that.
Visit westgatelasvegas.com to book. Visit for the must-see destination for sports fans visiting Las Vegas. Check out westgatelasvegas.com and check them out today. Our podcast today is presented by the Godsey Law Firm, as well as our Summer League coverage for 2026. Here's a statistic, gentlemen, that no one wants to be a part of. Before this podcast ends, unfortunately, another crash will be reported somewhere on a North Texas road. But that's where our friends at IJustGotHit.com and the Godsey Law Firm come in. For over 20 years, the Godsey Law Firm has built its reputation on experienced advocacy, personalized service, and relentless preparation as well. In fact, they want to level the playing field for all injured Texans by combining strategic legal advocacy with compassion, integrity, and respect to pursue justice for those affected by serious injuries. Never good time and never convenient time to get into a car accident, but IJustGotHit.com and the Godsey Law Firm, they have you covered. So if you or someone ever finds yourself saying, I just got hit, it's not just a slogan, it's a moment that deserves experienced guidance. Call the official law sponsor of the Dallas Mavericks, the Godsey Law Firm. Call 214-I-GOT-HIT or visit IJustGotHit.com today. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Herro Jr., our DLLS Mavs. Nope, that's not our Mavs analyst. He's sitting over there, chilling over there, doing his thing. Our All-City National NBA reporter Tim Cato and Christian Clark of The Athletic joining us here on our show today. Shout out to all of you joining us here as we are live at Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas, Nevada, as the NBA Summer League continues. Not only outside, but also inside Thomas and Mack, as the Mavericks, who played last night against the Golden State Warriors, will take on another California team tomorrow when they take on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Is Luka going to play?
I don't think so. So. Would you like to see him suit up in a Summer League? Would you like to see that?
Yeah, I like watching basketball players play.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Even if it means Luka playing in Summer League, it's cool. John,
he still hasn't.
No, he
still has not taken on the NBA Summer League challenge.
I
just think
okay.
Yeah, you can't complete a career without playing in Summer League.
Yeah,
I mean, so touche. Christian Clark of The Athletic joining us here as well. Christian, what else do you want to see in Summer League from this Mavs team as they get back on the floor tomorrow night?
Oh man, I want to see a little bit more of our guy Ischenko. We got a little taste
What did you
last
think of
night.
Seven last night? What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, big. I thought he moved well out there. I thought he looked more comfortable than I thought he would. Also, his club in Russia, Lokomotiv Cuban, really cool name, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I was looking at that when I was, looking at the roster. I was like, oh, Lokomotiv Cuban,
W.
pretty hardcore, man.
They used to be like a Champions League staple.
Oh, wow.
A little bit less these days, but yeah. I agree. I thought he looked good.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good handle. I mean, we talked about Larry's handle not being as strong. Seven's handle was probably the best of like the young guards that the Mavs kind of had out there. Was outside of Ryan Yamart, who's a point guard kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
His handle was like pretty strong. He wasn't really getting plucked. He was pretty comfortable moving up and down the floor. it kind of just felt like he was probably just deferring, like, hey, it's not my showcase. It's kind of Morez's showcase and probably Sergio's, showcase. But I thought he showed, some really cool traits and stuff. We don't know, at least as of today, what's going to happen, with his, career with the Mavericks. Like, he's going to be an open day roster.
I was going to ask that. Tyler Smith played 10 minutes.
Yeah, only 10 minutes.
So like, it is not conceivable to me that there is a different two-way guy on the team. It seems like Ishchenko. You were saying like he has never been to America, and
you're talking about Sergio when you said
no. Ishchenko, like his English isn't the best. Like I could see like a lot of reasons why it would make sense to draft and stash him. I'm just pointing out like it does seem like easily Dallas could have another. Like they could swap somebody out.
Also, international Mavs. Very much back,
Very much so. Very much back.
And then we weren't there, and now it's like we're really back. We got Sergio from Spain, got Ishchenko from Russia.
Right. Dwight Powell coming back from Canada.
Yeah, that's right. Dwight Powell.
Are you breaking news or something? What are you doing? News over there?
Well, he's back.
I'm just saying. I mean, who knows?
No, I know nothing about that.
For those who are wondering, the Mavs did practice today, and yes, Moussa Cisse was at practice today with the Dallas Mavericks. What does that mean, particularly for his status? We're still trying to.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting as the Mavericks have their two-way spots filled up right now. One of those is being filled by John Poulakidas, who spoke to the media earlier today. John Poulakidas was talking about his love for playing with Sergio de Larrea and what he enjoyed playing with him in his first game with him. Here's what Poulakidas had to say about the basketball IQ of Sergio de Larrea.
Sergio is a very high IQ player, very fun to play with. Obviously, a guy with my skill set. I love playing with guys who want to share the rock. So, I'm excited for tomorrow's game and for the rest of the week.
Christian, were you disappointed a little bit in John Poulakidas last night? Didn't shoot the ball well as far as his summer league play last night?
Yeah, I mean, look, I wanted to see a Poulakidas heater, similar to what we saw. What was it, that Cleveland game?
Chicago, where he went. It was the 8-3 game. He had 8 threes against Chicago.
I thought it was like that Sunday afternoon game against Cleveland. I don't know. He had one of those where they were playing.
If only there's some way to find this out.
Is there basketball reference?
Oh, basketball reference.
Yeah, man. I want to see a Poulakidas heater before it's all said and done. Chicago. Okay. They are obviously very dependent on his 3-point shooting. I think they were like 2 of 15 from 3 at halftime. So they need it, baby. They need it. And yeah, he's got a sweet lefty stroke. I mean, look, there's just going to be nights like that when that is your skill set, and you're like, they're heavily dependent on me to do this one very difficult thing. So like, that's just part of it. But yeah, I think it'll be fine.
I mean, he's a really good shooter. I mean, he made 4 threes last night. Northern Mav had more than one make. At least he had 4. He's just such a confident shooter. He started the game like extremely cold from 3. He just kept taking threes. I mean, he took like a insanely contested 3, knocked it down. He's just one of those players that like not 100% like Michael Porter Jr., but the Mavs use him like Michael Porter Jr. is used a lot.
I didn't think we were getting a Poulakidas MPJ comp today,
I know, but like, they're both just like, they play a similar game. Like, it's just John Poulakidas, and that's Michael Porter Jr., former #1 player in high school. But the way they play basketball is very similar. They're just these stretch shooters that really don't get inside the paint as much. They run off a ton of screens. Poulakidas can also play, catch and shoot with guards. He's probably your strongest shooter. Well, he's definitely your strongest shooter on the summer league team. But on the roster, Kyrie Irving, Max Christie, probably John. Like, he's one of your strongest shooters on the Mavericks right now. That's why out of all the two-way guys, I'm pretty sure he'll stick.
Speaking of two-way guys, Ron, you had an interesting question for John Poulakidas as far as his standing as a two-way player. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know, has he talked with Mike Schmitz or Masai Ujiri about like what is it going to take to get a standard contract in the NBA? And his biggest takeaway is that he knows what he has to do to be consistent, but you can only control, what you want to control.
And here's what
I know what I have to do to stick in this league. Got to make shots and defend the ball. So, I'm not really worried about the things I can't control. I'm not necessarily sure what our roster is looking like right now as far as open spots, but it can be really easy to get caught up in the things you can't control. So I'm just worried about the work I'm putting in each and every day.
Your 3 two-way guys as of today that you want to see on opening night are who, Christian Clark?
Ooh. On the spot.
Yeah.
On the spot.
That's right. Yeah. Name me your two-way guys.
Yeah.
That's how wild the show gets.
That's right. That's where we are. Summer league, baby.
That's how wild the show gets.
Yeah, they kind of crazily hit you with that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I should know this, but Toby Lawal, his agreed to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, look, I would just say, I don't know. I don't want to say like
I'm trying to get
my
you to say
three
Musa
preferred
Cisse.
two-way
I'm trying to
guys.
get you to say Musa Cisse is what I'm trying to get you to say.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Musa, like they should obviously want Musa back. Like he definitely showed enough as just like a shot blocker, a presence inside. Like absolutely, I would want him on this team. I would like, I mean, he's so talented and big. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Musa's just like playing minutes depending on the rest of the summer goes. But I want to see Toby Wall. Man.
Okay, yeah,
Guys,
Virginia Tech, yeah.
like we saw a couple moments in that game last night where it's like this guy is an absolute freak high jumper, and we also saw when he went out for the jumper, like okay, there are some things to work on, but he's got the stuff you can't teach. He would be the guy I would say like in that group that I'm most excited to keep watching in summer league and like as the season progresses because I mean he's just a freak. Like it's ridiculous.
Can I ask a question?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You just said continue watching the summer league. Where do we fall on Morez and how many games he should play?
I mean, Cooper played 2 last year. I'd say at least 2 for Morez, if not 3.
I would say more than 2. I think he's on a Cooper's on that special level where it's also that there's so much attention on Coop that once you get a couple good games in from the stars that are stars, they're going to be starting day one and playing as much as they can for you. There's no point running them back out there to have like a bad night or something like that. I don't think that's the case with Morez at all. Being the number 9 guy. You go back a few seasons and Derek Lively played all 5 summer league games for Dallas. So my guess is that doesn't happen. Like different regime, different decision makers, and Morez also like has more of an offensive game that he very clearly improved, but. Derek Lively was more of a project or seen as more of a project, and then he ended up starting the entire season. But yeah, I would say Morez. I'd like to see him. I'd love if we get to watch him at least a couple more games.
From the chat, we have that the guys that they want to see as their 2-way, Poulakidas, 7, and Toby. They want to see, that's from Frank. He wants to see those 3 gentlemen be the 2-way guys.
Yeah, I think that I hope I'm just not missing someone. But yeah, probably Seva John and probably Toby.
And Toby?
I mean, Toby like made 2 of the wildest plays last night. I mean, we're all sitting on media row. We're like, oh crap. Like the block off the backboard was insane. The putback dunk was insane.
I thought you was gonna mention his bank 3-pointer that he had.
Oh well, that I kind of didn't even count that because it was like he's not replicating that again.
All right, cool.
But the willingness to take 3 threes is like, oh, you at least kind of believe in this. And sometimes that could be like half the battle in some ways. I remember John Collins took a little bit before he became a better 3-point shooter, but he was willing to take those early. And then, of course, now he's just kind of like high flyer or 3-point shooter kind of game. And maybe Toby can develop into something like that. That's probably going to be like his closest way to get real NBA minutes. But he was definitely fun. John, again, is one of the best 3-point shooters on the team. I did forget Klay Thompson earlier. Someone in the comments says it's Ron drinking. And so, no, but yeah.
Not yet.
Well, you were just saying that as if Klay Thompson's not going to be on the team.
No, it's not what I was saying.
No, I'm sorry. Okay,
I just forgot about Klay. We haven't talked about him.
Okay.
But he hasn't done a lot as an NBA player, so
that's right. He's still trying to prove himself.
He's proven himself.
That's right.
He can't control what he can't control.
Yes,
he knows that. Yeah.
Yes, and then Seva, of course. I even though I kind of agree with you, KG, I do think he could be, or whoever said that. I do think another year probably overseas is probably the best for his career because I don't think he would play that much for the Mavs this year.
Agreed.
And that way it'd be cool for him to probably be a 2-way if you're like a fan, I would assume.
So that's kind of the thing.
Play that much.
If he's a 2-way, he's going to be playing mostly in the G League.
Yes.
Can he get a transfer to a non-Russian team, a EuroLeague team? Because that would be a higher level of competition. It would be something that would begin to acclimate him to what coming over to the NBA is for some of these guys. Like Luka played for Real Madrid. He was trilingual. He was seen as a superstar from a very from like 13, 14, 15. Like some of these guys do struggle with the transition increasingly, especially if you come up through these international academies through a Real Madrid or something like that. You are acclimatized to what the transition is going to be. Of course, maybe it's still a little tricky at times. You're in a new nation, you're in a new country, but my sense is that his situation is a little bit different, And what I can tell you for sure is that if you can get to a EuroLeague team that he's playing real minutes on, even if it's off the bench, even if it's a limited role, because he would be playing with athletes, I think that is better for him than the G League. So maybe some of this comes down to, is there a way to get him to a better situation in Europe? And if there isn't, then he should be a two-way guy. If there is, then let's do that.
Chris, before we let you get out of here, what else not only do you want to see from Summer League, but also from the rest of this team that's been a very busy offseason for this group with obviously Masai Ujiri, Mike Schmitz, Dusty May as the new head coach. We've already had a trade that brings Santi Aldama and Marcus Sasser to this roster. Tarek Baberovic, his signing was made official today by the team as well. Do you think the Mavs are done from a roster perspective? Do you think a consolidation trade could be coming at some point when it comes to this group, given their roster situation?
Yeah, I think you're hitting on the big question for the rest of this summer. Is this the 15, that group of players that go into the season with or not? I think it is possible that they go into the year with this group. If I did bet on it today, I would say that there's probably one more move coming. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to what's going to happen with Clay here. He's got 1 year left in the deal. What is his, excitement level, or does he want to be back? I think that's a question I have interest in. And what's just going to happen with the front court, because there's 96 minutes to go around at power forward and center. And
Right.
A lot of good players there.
Yeah.
So.
Chris, tell the folks they can find you. What you got going on, man?
Out in Vegas for a few more days, being a sponge. I'm on the old Twitter at Christian P. Clark, and you can read my stuff at The Athletic.
How much were you looking forward to the idea of breaking aspiration news that Kawhi Leonard had got traded to the Mavericks?
Oh, dude, don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, I don't no offense. I don't want any of those problems. I don't want any of the LeBron problems.
No offense.
You wouldn't be here for a LeBron retirement tour?
Let's just all keep growing steadily with Cooper.
Yeah. All right, cool. Fair enough. Chris, appreciate you taking the time with us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Good to see you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, Christian.
Coming up next in just a little bit, our National Media Insider Marc Stein going to be joining us at some point here during this podcast. But at the moment, our guy Bobby Crow's going to come back in and join us for the rest of the show as well. All that and more coming up next. But first, I want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family. The easiest way that you can do that is to scan that QR code that you're going to see on your screen here in just a moment, or go to alldlls.com to become a DieHard member. When you do, you get 20% off our events. You get a physical DieHard card to show off your membership, made of titanium, vibranium, and gold. Very heavy, very powerful stuff to show off your membership here at DLLS Sports. And you get access to all of our premium content curated by the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, Clarence E. Hill Jr., the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Mavericks, Ron Harrod Jr., the greatest beat writer in the history of the Texas Rangers, Jeff Wilson, and the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Stars, Sam Nessler, covering your Dallas Stars as well. Very busy offseason. Will Jason Robertson be a part of the opening night squad by the time we get to September, October when it comes for the NHL and your Dallas Stars? You can find all of that by going and becoming a DieHard member at alldlls.com. You get a free t-shirt upon sign up as well, kind of like this one or the one that Bobby has on. Shout out to Miko Rantanen and the Moose for your Dallas Stars. And
does he even play here anymore?
He does. He does. Still
could not tell during the playoffs.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Come on, Moose.
There's a bus.
We need you,
Bobby
buddy.
Just drove it over Miko Rantanen. Nice. But yes, alldlls.com to become a DieHard member. Check it out. You can scan that QR code that you see on your screen, or again, alldlls.com. And the easiest way you can join us here is to join the over 45,500 subscribers already part of the DLLS Sports movement when you subscribe, like, and comment to DLLS Sports and the stream right now. Our nationally made insider Marc Stein just walked through the door.
He just
rolled
up.
He did, as Bobby sat down and literally got comfortable. This is the part where you don't shout off camera. We can't hear you. It's fine.
Stein is mad to see GM Ben.
Can I point something out? He does not have his DL.
I see. Here you do
His
it.
DLLS hat is forgotten.
Is this how you
He's
feel?
He's got a Steinline hat.
Off the
Does
screen?
wear many
Is this
hats.
how you feel,
The man of
John?
many hats.
By the way, shout out to producer John. He's hanging out with us here in Vegas this week as Tanner is on a nice vacation, nice holiday for himself. Producer John,
Nice
who's
holiday.
That's right. He normally
We're in World Cup season.
That's-
We're just using British
exactly.
slang.
Exactly. Normally, John puts up with our DLLS Cowboys crew. He decided to take a break from them and hang out with us throughout the course of the week. Bobby Krell, our DLLS Mavs analyst, joining us here on set as well. Bobby, what's going on?
Hello.
How you feeling?
Well, I had a really good day at the tables yesterday.
You did.
And then today I took some of those winnings and I decided to donate them back into the Westgate Fund.
Oh my!
So
That's very
nice.
Only
Oh,
some of the
wow.
winnings, not all of them.
Okay.
About half of them. So,
You're nice. You're a nice
Yeah.
guy.
yeah, I just felt bad.
Yeah. You were too good at the table yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, I'm winning too much. I don't want to win. I want to win less.
Yeah. You don't
So
want to.
weird.
You don't want to come home a billionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I
Mm.
volunteer for
Yeah.
you to deal me 12s, 13s, and 14s over and over. And
Yeah.
I will just get lousy hands for half an hour. That's what I want to do this morning.
Okay. Well, yeah, how you feeling with that charity? You feel good?
Hopefully they remember it come tax time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be down at the Stein line here in a little bit as well, as Stein has been busy efforting getting all the news and notes around in the association and for your Dallas Mavericks as well. Bobby, what more do you want to see from Sergio de Larrea as we continue Summer League here? What do you think from him last night, and what you want to see from him going forward, along with the rest of the 2 ways that are here?
As far as what he can change from one game to the next, I don't think he's suddenly going to have a better handle of the ball. I think that might be like a long-term project for him. I liked how confidently and like how just excited he was to shoot, even when he was missing.
Yeah, he wasn't afraid to get him
I mean,
up.
he was letting it fly, and I
Yeah.
think that's cool. I think the one thing that I would like to see him do better that I think could change from game to game is just there were a couple times where he got in the lane and either went up a little soft, or in the second half he could have gone up and he just didn't. So maybe be a little more aggressive around the rim. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what his finishing game is like around the rim. I don't know if he's good, bad, kind of mediocre, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can score going right, going left, going both, neither, whatever. So I'm that's part of that is just learning more about him. But I feel like he left some points on the court last night that he could have gotten.
One thing I'll shout out about him, especially from a player that I think everybody here agrees was kind of adjusting, realizing what NBA athleticism looks like. 1 turnover, only 1.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
So it had the ball in his hands a lot. Shout out to him for that.
Yeah, I think one of the so when I watch Sergio play, he like plays like how I play my 2K My Player. Like I'm spamming threes, I'm getting to the rim, I'm throwing the ball to the corner. Like he plays
You're shooting
exactly
3 of 14.
like that.
Yeah.
On 2K, you can build
Oh,
you
wow.
can build you a 2-way playmaking shot creator, and that's exactly what I think the Mavs hope Sergio is. He can play make, do a little bit of shot creation. Maybe I wasn't always efficient. So I'm like, Sergio, you have your games, but what we don't do is turn the ball over 10. We have great turnover economy, and that's what he had last night.
Turnover economy.
Yeah.
That's a new one. And last night, as I mentioned, with Sergio de Larrea, the 29 minutes that he played, the 9 points that he had, Ron diminished the 5-to-1 assist to turnover ratio as far as his game was concerned last night. Other guys that had games, Ryan Nembhard, 15 points. Interesting to see today, the Mavericks did practice. We mentioned that we saw Moussa Cisse at practice today as well. I know Bobby was quite excited about that when he found out that piece.
I am.
As well. And then, of course,
That guy's going to be a Mav. I can feel it.
one way or another,
I can feel it.
the Mavericks going to have Moussa Cisse
Yeah,
on this roster.
Hopefully only one way, not another.
I know.
Well, that's a good two-way
Did
route.
see,
He's on the team.
Did see Popeye Jones last night in a Raptors shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess he's doing some stuff for the Raptors. I mean, we know he's not on the Mavericks staff. I was like, oh, okay. He's caught on quick with the Raptors. So,
Okay, very interesting. It's very interesting being around NBA Summer League and seeing some of the random things that you'll see. As we were at Mavs practice at one point, at several points, we saw different NBA teams and players. At one point, J-Dub walked through the gym, Mikal Bridges walked through the gym, and then the entire Hawks team showed up, including Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, CJ McCollum, and others. So very interesting. This people that you would run into who are getting in their workouts and stuff during the NBA Summer League action as well.
So it's the melting pot. It's another way to think of it is almost NBA Summer League is
it's like a big convention.
It's the business conference.
Yeah,
It is where everybody everywhere comes together for a weekend at least. The first weekend is when everybody is here for the most part, and it's front office. It's obviously all the coaches, the players on the summer league teams. It's media, it's agents. It goes beyond that. You've got like documentarians here, looking for these interviews. You got people who are renting out like these suites to bring players in, whether it's like old man in the 3 or I guess a young man in the 3 now, or whatever it is. It's a fun experience. And if you're here on this weekend and you're wandering around, depending on what casino you're at, you're bound to see an NBA player or two.
Tim, talk to me from a national NBA perspective. Obviously, we are deeply covering the Mavs every single day, but as our All-City National NBA reporter, not only did you take in, obviously, the Mavs yesterday, but also other games. What stood out to you so far in the first couple of days of Summer League as we head into the weekend?
Okay, well, I watched one more game.
Well, tell us about that one.
But it was the AJ and it was the
Wizards Jazz.
Yeah. Sorry, I want to pull up a box score for it, so just to be refreshed on it.
It's at the bottom, yeah.
But yeah, let's see off the dome. I like for Summer League 1-shot free throws. Love them. There's no reason.
You guys see this?
What the hell is this?
Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro got into a physical altercation in Las Vegas on Friday, in which Adebayo struck Herro.
Tyler Herro?
The altercation occurred at a practice court in a hotel this morning, starting when Bam approached Herro about comments the guard made critiquing the center on social media after their 7-year run at Miami ended.
Little beef.
Bam said he ain't having that. Wow.
Bam scores 83 points and it goes straight to his head.
Yeah.
Wow.
He trades for helps Giannis, recruits Giannis there.
If video surface of this,
well, it will.
It will.
This is Vegas.
It's true.
There are 5 billion cameras.
Yeah, so this is breaking right now, according to ESPN. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro got into a physical altercation in Las Vegas on Friday, in which Adebayo struck Herro. Good gracious, man. I mean, you can't be talking blank on social media and not expect a receipt, Tyler. Clearly, Bam is on.
Yeah, but maybe the receipt shouldn't be punching someone in the face.
I mean,
violence is never the answer.
Yeah.
No.
Touche.
Interestingly enough, Bam is here as well as his girlfriend, Asia Wilson, of course, plays for Las Vegas Aces. They got back-to-back games this weekend here in Vegas. So very interesting stuff there that's happening. But yeah,
wow. Okay,
that's
but
breaking right now.
We just talked about how many players are here. Clearly, Tyler Herro and Bam. I'm assuming Bam was okay with Tyler Herro being traded for Giannis. So Tyler Herro probably didn't like that. Like, man, we played together for all these years, but it's like, hey, man, it's Giannis, man.
Right.
But these are athletes, and irrational confidence is literally how they get to the league. So, like, sometimes we're like putting these like regular people expectations on people that literally have gotten here from being like the most irrationally confident person. So, even though it's Giannis, he's like, but I'm Tyler Herro, though.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm not trying to run up on Bam in any type of fight at all, because Bam seemed like he got his. So
that doesn't mean that Tyler Herro was.
I'm just saying.
Who knows?
I mean, true, but I
mean, sources say that only one struck the other. Sources did not say it was a mutual physical altercation. So who knows?
Let me tell you something. The NBA drama is better than any of the 4 major sports, like, period, man. Like, the NBA drama is nothing like anything in professional sports. But it is what it is. But, yeah, that's happening right now. Apparently, Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro got into an altercation today here in Vegas.
We're going to get Congress putting together a memo about it?
No, jeez, man.
Probably not.
Okay.
Let's hope
But maybe lawyers. Like,
I wonder.
Possible.
Is Herro the type you think will press charges?
I'm not going to talk about that on camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's probably how it's going to work either.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna talk about how AJ reminds me of Giannis, or like looks like Giannis in Summer League, and how that's kind of the approach that I think he takes. But
go ahead.
No. At this point, I think I've been upstage.
Yeah, I mean,
AJ like Giannis comparisons.
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah. Which 2 Mavericks are most likely? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
To get in an altercation.
Not happening.
Not happening. The vibes are too good.
K-Town says, for what it's worth, Herro was just on the Heat and Bucks broadcast, and he looked fine.
LOL.
I bet he did.
I mean, to be fair, this could be a strike. This is who's posting that tweet. Like,
I wonder if that it's being reported, like, implies that there's going to be video.
I also have more breaking news.
I just looked up on the TV and I saw an interview happening, but it was Rick Carlisle, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
wow.
my God, Tyler Herro does not look fine.
No, he does not.
He looks way different.
Much older all of a sudden.
Gained 35 years of life.
Lost all his hair."
I do have more breaking news, actually. This coming from someone by the name of GM Ben. He says that him and Stein got into a physical altercation when he walked in. Oh, it was a hug. Okay. Sources say it was a hug.
Sources say it was a hug.
I was so locked into the podcast, I didn't even see this happen.
Yeah, I'm surprised Stein didn't punch GM Ben as soon as he walked in the door as much. He talked
The Stein punch hard.
Yeah. Stein, you got a mean right hand? You got a mean right hand?
It was a lefty.
No?
Right?
Or a lefty?
Lefty.
No, lefty. But is he? We'll see.
Yeah, that's his jab hand.
All right. This is the part where we take our final break. When we come back, our national media insider Marc Stein going to join us on set. Tim Cato, appreciate you hanging out with us here on the DLLS Mavs
Yes,
podcast.
sir.
Always happy to.
Good to see you, my man. We'll talk to you a little bit later. As we get Stein onto the broadcast, let me talk to you. What happened?
Nah, it's nothing important.
Okay. Let me talk to you about my friends over at the Godsey Law Firm. Our Summer League coverage.
That's a Hall of Famer.
2026 is presented by the Godsey Law Firm. Let me tell you something. There's never a convenient time to get into a car accident. And then you got to deal with these messed up insurance companies who are trying to close your case as quickly as possible. They try to turn you from a person into a number. But that's where the Godsey Law Firm comes in. They want to even the playing field for all injured Texans when it comes to getting into a car accident. They've been doing it for over 20 years, and they've got the experience built on the reputation of advocacy, personalized service, and relentless preparation as well. So if you or someone you love ever finds yourself saying, I just got hit, it's not just a slogan. It's a moment that deserves experience guidance. Call the official law sponsor of the Dallas Mavericks, the Godsey Law Firm. Call 214-I-GOT-HIT or visit IJustGotHit.com. Again, call 214-I-GOT-HIT or visit IJustGotHit.com. Shout out to the Godsey Law Firm, the official sponsor of the DLLS Mavs podcast and our DLLS Mavs NBA Summer League coverage 2026. We are live here at the Westgate Superbook in Las Vegas, here in Sin City, your home of legendary Vegas fun, the official home of the DLLS Mavs podcast. Joining us now on set is our national NBA insider, Marc Stein. You can always dial up the Stein line at the Stein line, fresh off his return from Thomas and Mack with his good buddy Jake Fisher. Marc Stein, what's going on?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
How was practice?
It was okay. They brought John out. That was it.
We talked to John Poulakidas. We saw Musa Cisse walk into practice.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Any
there.
discussion with Musa?
No discussion with Musa.
I didn't even see Musa leave the gym. They must walk out the back
They,
door.
snuck
They,
out the
back door
in the
like
back
half the team.
I mean, mooses don't talk.
Well,
I
dedicate that comment to Tim Cato.
I ran-
exactly. Because what?
I ran
What?
into- I had a Bleacher Report live stream alongside Jake Fisher at the arena,
Yes.
and I didn't clip my DLS hat to my bag. And on the ride over here, I realized I can't switch hats.
That's all right. You can subscribe to the Stein Line
You gotta
Substack.
take the hat
So
off.
today, I'm not taking the hat off.
let's go backwards. That like
Not going back.
Oh yeah, go backwards.
You gotta
Christian was backwards.
Christian Clark was backwards. That guy.
Am I young enough to go backwards hat?
Did you
go backwards? That
Absolutely.
did you backwards? That
Were you ever a backwards?
Jim Ben
hat
said
guy?
no.
No,
You're not young enough to go backwards.
I have been a hat devotee since I was
Oh wow. Fancy.
very, very young.
Yeah.
But the backwards, no. And Mrs. Line would tell you I have too many hats,
Yeah.
way too many hats.
And to that, you would say, "Mind your own business."
No, what I always say is, this is a bit dark.
Oh wow.
But what I always say is, when I get hit by a bus and meet my demise, there won't be time for grief because you're going to be so happy getting rid of all my stuff you have that you don't like.
Oh wow.
wow. That is
Yeah,
morbid.
consider this
Jeez,
hat
man.
an investment in your
Yeah.
future, Mrs.
Yes.
Line. One day this will be
Exactly.
worth something.
Right. Please
The
keep this as a
glee
memento.
you will get by pitching all my hats
Oh my gosh.
will.
It's a terrible way to think about that, but it's fine.
No, I mean it's going to happen to all of us one day.
You got to come up with an excuse for buying more hats.
Yes.
Touche.
Yes. Exactly.
I have a serious hat problem.
It's fine.
You want some Mavs news?
Real quick before we get to
I guess
that.
not.
I guess.
No, we
You
do.
just said Mavs news.
Yeah, well, this can wait for a second. Well, that's still with the $5 super chat because we got money coming.
Oh, this is important.
That's right. ESPN Slightly and Bobby got into a verbal altercation after Bobby discovered Slightly opening his Pokemon cards at Westgate, sources tell DLLS.
Listen here,
You have
okay?
comment?
So, new generation Pokemon packs, 98% of them are going to be completely worthless. They absolutely have completely ruined the game, and scalpers are only making it worse.
Oh, wow.
So, the only fun from Pokemon cards comes in opening the packs. You know you're going to probably get a dud, but at least getting to peel back the foil and just the hope, that is the only point if you're going to open them. So, yes, I don't care if it's slightly biased. I don't care if it's Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro, all three of them. If they lay a finger on my packs, it's on.
Oh, wow.
It's on.
Is that the conclusion of your statement there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Mavs news, Marc Stein. What Mavs news do you have for us?
So today, Tarek Biberovic officially signed by the Dallas Mavericks.
That's right.
The contract is officially lodged in the NBA system as a 2-year, $6 million deal.
Damn,
$3
Steinlein
million
was on
each,
that.
Team option in year 2.
Okay.
I think DLS chatters and viewers were already well aware of those figures, but they are now in the system as official.
Stein news looking crispy.
Mm.
God
damn.
damn.
Wait, Ben's here. We can't say that.
Gosh darn.
It's already
Dang
been
it.
said.
I mean, because
Yeah.
it was out
What
there
happens in
at
Vegas stays in
first.
Vegas.
I mean, Stein, whenever there was a Turkish reporter, I believe, that initially had it at 2 for 14.
Which was like,
And I
who?
was like, that's
Yeesh.
still fine with me. You get a good shooter for $7 million a
7
year,
mil.
but a good shooter for
That
$3
would
million
be-
a year?
that would
3
be-
mils
that
much
would-
better.
That'd
It
be
would
pretty
be
high.
quite steep for any team to use half of its mid-level
Yeah.
on a player they haven't. Now, look,
So
Yeah.
he has a tremendous resume, and we've talked about for days now that there is a great anticipation that he is going to be plug and play, that just by virtue of his shooting ability, he should be able to make the transition from European basketball to the NBA as seamlessly as one can. But half the mid-level would have been a significant expenditure.
Yeah, no, for sure. But if he's a good shooter, 40% shooting for $7 million a year, I mean, hey, I will never complain about that ever. But for $3 million a year, I'm partying. I'm dancing. I'm having a great. I'm fist pumping
Yeah.
in the Vegas nightclubs. Probably at a pool party too. I might go to the pool.
And I
after this just because
apologize
of
to
that.
Charlie Saturday, who chided me in chat a couple days ago because I said he's adamant that it's Biberovic and not Biberovic. So Biberovic, I'm gonna try to say it. I don't like missing on those things. So
Oh yeah, they have the pronunciation.
Mhm.
Bieber.
is that what it is in the press release?
Bitch.
Yeah,
Please clip that, John. Thank you. Please clip that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bieber.
Can't even-
Ovich.
I'm
Yep.
sitting right next to it.
Yeah,
I can't
like
even
that.
read it.
Can't even see it.
with the emphasis on the O.
That's right.
It's OH. So yeah.
Yeah.
O.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
This is
be
great.
better.
Look at this.
Yeah, Biberovic.
Look at this.
Biberovic.
You pulling the computer
Interesting.
up to your
Okay,
face
that's
like
not how they
that.
said it on
Good
EuroLeague
gracious.
broadcast.
Guys, I'm old.
It's fine.
They would go Biberovic.
Ron's
on
keeping me
Euro-
young. Ron's the youth of Ronaldo.
Let's keep
That's
it
right.
young.
Biberovic.
But he did shoot 42% from three, like in his career. He took 991
Biberovic.
threes.
Tarek Biberovic.
Yeah, you go.
That's
that dude
crazy
flat out
volume,
fire
right?
away.
yeah. So I mean, 25-year-old rookie, but like rookie played 8 professional seasons.
Yeah, he's
Like-
played 8 professional season.
So
Fenerbahce, yeah.
rookie in quotations.
Speaking of shooter, Stein, talk to me about Klay Thompson a little bit. Is he a buyout candidate potentially? Or is trade still the best?
I mean, I think
option
people
for
are wish casting the buyout. To this point, I have received no indication that he is actively seeking one. But I always have to underline to this point, like we have to. This is sports. This is free agency. Things do change. So what we know or what we the best read I can make on July 10th, I'm not going to sit here and say this is a permanent position. But when I've seen that Heat fans dream of Klay Thompson and hope he's getting bought out. When I asked about it this week, I was told there have been no such hints or signals to suggest that he's looking for one and that the Mavericks would be open to one. But that's now. If no trade possibilities materialize, I suppose that could change later in the game. But to this point, I do not believe that's the case. I mean, and you guys always say like, why do you have to be so careful with your words? Like now I'm seeing some nonsensical aggregation about,
The wind horse thing?
No. Here, let me.
Oh, he's gonna pull it up for us. Is that what you're gonna pull up the actual
If I
aggregation?
can.
Probably gone.
Oh, the Jake Fisher thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's why I wanted to.
There's been a couple notable.
I was gonna say, yeah.
LeBron James is looking at Eastern Conference destinations with much more serious, per the Stein line. Much more serious than what? What did I actually say? Like, I mean, it's just.
Yes, Gal, because Mark does get aggregated quite a bit.
Yes.
But that's why I wanted to ask you that on the record on this Mavs show about Klay
Yes.
Thompson, given what's Heat fans have started to ponder
Heat
about
fans is going to cost you Jovic and a future first. Don't even think about it.
You've been at
He's been at
He's
that
been-
for a
he's
while.
been on that
Yeah,
He's been at
asking
that
price.
for a while.
He's been on that asking price. Any other, as we've seen plenty, the Mavs brass is here, whether it's Masai Ujiri, obviously Mike Schmitz, here in Las Vegas. What else could be percolating given the fact that a lot of the power brokers of the NBA are here during this first week of the NBA?
Please ask me again. Sorry, I was responding to a text.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Well, what were you saying?
Okay.
LOL.
Not going to happen. Be revealed.
So much contempt and
Now, that-
disdain.
yeah,
Like,
like
wow,
you ask him that?
glare
that was about to be.
that
We
was
were about to have a physical altercation.
What things are you hearing potentially when it comes to this roster? We mentioned Musa Cisse, who is and was at practice today. We talked to Christian Clark a little bit. Do we have any?
My answer. You're not going to like my answer.
It's fine.
Because
it's
it's
an
the
answer.
same thing I said early in free agency, and the Mavs were not in on many free agents because of the approach they've taken, which is to snap up Santi Aldama when he's available in a trade and then construct a trade in a way where you can get him without messing with the Anthony Davis trade exception. I mean, I think it was mid-June when I first reported Gaff, Klay, PJ, that those were the three veterans considered most available, and most crucially, that the Mavs were telling teams Kyrie is not available. This is a suspicion. This is not report. I've expected all summer that the Mavs teams were going to test the Mavs' resolve on Kyrie and see how permanent that position is. I don't know how permanent it is. I think it is their stance between now and going into the season. How long does it endure? I really don't know. But yeah, I Gafford and Klay are like, I don't think they're names that are generating tons of curiosity. Everyone knows they're available if you want to make a play for them. But with Gafford,
Characterize the availability of all three: Klay, Gafford, and PJ. Like, how would you characterize? Like, Klay is super available.
I think
Gaff is,
and this again is more impression and analysis. But Gafford, they've been trying. They've had him available at some level since the trade deadline. So I think he has to be at the top of the list because they were actively looking for Gafford trade scenarios in February. Of course, that was a different regime. Now there's a new front office running this team, but Gafford has been available to whatever degree you want to describe it since the trade deadline. Klay is now an expiring contract, so I think he is the easiest, clearly, of the three to move because he's still a 40% shooter from three, has a Hall of Fame resume, and now he's on the last year of his deal. And then PJ, I don't think that is a daunting number, but if you have multiple years on your contract, one of the trends of this free agency, we've seen it with so many guys now. You're seeing players sign multi-year deals and only year one is guaranteed. Teams want to minimize the amount of guaranteed money they are taking on in trades by all measures necessary. And so because PJ Washington is coming off an injury-affected season, his production last season was not as good as it was when Luka Doncic was setting him up. So I have wondered how fiercely teams are going to pursue him with years left on his deal coming off last season. I think we can also infer PJ sure has given off. I mean, would you guys agree with this, that the vibe is that he would prefer to stay? I mean, that,
Yeah.
you know,
He's posted a ton. I follow him. I mean, He's big MFFL hashtagging. He's got the tattoo. It's probably one of his biggest moments of his career, but it's still in a Mavs jersey. So I mean, he seems like he
was
wants to be
recently
here.
at the jersey patch reveal event as well. Yeah.
Like I would always see like him and Coop talking in the locker room. Anytime I ever would go in there, he seemed like him and Coop are pretty cool. He probably likes the city. Like his family's here. He probably wants to be here, but I'm pretty sure he's probably an interesting player for a couple of teams. To fit that that 4 spot that can guard a little bit on the wing and do some cool stuff. So I think he's to me he's probably the most tradable.
What happens if there are no trades between now and camp? Day one of camp.
Ask Bobby that question. I want to hear his answer on that.
Run it.
I want to hear.
Well, you see some of the players.
No trades?
Yeah.
There's no trades.
I feel like it'd be pretty boring.
From a roster
run it back
standpoint,
though.
Something to talk about.
Not just from the boring or exciting. If PJ, Gaff, and Clay are all here when camp starts, how do you feel about that?
Are they all cool with coming off the bench?
including,
I don't really need to see them play anymore. Like I just don't really need to see them on the map.
I'm pretty sure Gaff and PJ
Wow.
would start, right? Like I'd be shocked if they didn't start. I'd be pretty shocked if Gaff and
I'm
start.
thinking no, but again, I use the word thinking because again,
Yes. Thinking.
Yes,
I have not-
thinking.
Well, because I
No.
literally haven't had a single conversation
same.
with Dusty May.
Same.
Right.
I can't sit here and say I can give a forecast of what. I mean, I have to think when you've just taken your first NBA head coaching job that when you're
Yeah, it's this
you're-
guy,
you're,
Morez.
you're thinking about what would my lineup be if I had a game tomorrow. I would imagine that's something that a coach does ponder.
And then just some colors about Dusty May. Like one, every time I see Dusty May, well, not every time, a lot of the times I've seen him, he has like a book bag on. I think that's pretty cool for a coach. Like for a coach to just walk around the book bag. I'm not sure what's in there. Maybe some plays, maybe it's some stuff. Like I don't know. It's hot in Vegas. Maybe it's water in there. I always find it to be interesting when I see him. Yesterday, talked to him a little bit on the side, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta go." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's walking over there to Morez and Yaxel being interviewed on TV, and I have a picture that I posted on my Twitter at Ronald Sports. We just kind of look like he's just like a friend. He's just kind of just right there with his book bag on, watching his 2 former players, and that, like, just for me talking to him a couple times, like that's just kind of who he is. Kind of that one, photo. That photo was like a microcosm of his like personality. He wants to see his guys win, if they're on his team, if they're not on his team, but he's a guy that wants to win and clearly wants to see his guys have success.
Just for clarity's sake, I do not and never have talked about PJ like he's trash, C-Mac, ever.
I think
That's not disrespect or hate either to say that he should come off the bench at all. I don't think he's a good fit with Coop. If that's disrespect or hate or trash, then it is what it is. I guess I do. I don't think that he fits well with the Mavs' best player.
Yeah.
I think he's on one of the best contracts in the league. I think he's awesome. I think if Coop did not have his own skill set, then yeah, he's absolutely a 35-minute-a-game player. He's great. He's a really good player. Doesn't fit well with Coop, in my opinion.
Like we talked about with Yaxel, like, hey, Yaxel's a good player. Don't think he fits good with Coop.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean Yaxel didn't play great yesterday. Bobby just like, hey, him and Coop seem kind of redundant.
Yeah, like would Giannis and Coop fit? Like, I don't know, maybe.
He'd be redundant too, though, in actuality.
With Coop and, I don't know, I'm trying to think of another player.
Like downhill, Scotty
LeBron.
Barnes. Like Scotty
yeah,
Barnes.
Coop and Scotty Barnes. Yeah.
Like,
No,
be
thank
pretty
you.
nasty, right?
No,
Like,
thank you.
Coop and Coop. Like,
No.
be weird. So,
Coop and Kyrie? Hell yeah.
yeah.
I guess I'll play devil's advocate. I would be interested to see, let's say if there are no other trades for this team this year, I would be curious to see how Dusty May would reimagine the way that this team plays given the roster construction that he would have to be dealing with and what that could mean for a PJ and a Gafford and a Lively and obviously what they have in terms of the massive front court options that they do have. And now bringing Santi Aldama in as a stretch 5 at times who can shoot the ball from the 3-point line. I wonder what kind of tinkering and what kind of mastermind we could see from Dusty May because, I mean, the way that he utilized Mara and Yaxel and Morez, obviously, en route to a national championship with Michigan, I'd be interested to see what he could do in molding this roster if they don't make any other changes. It'd be interesting to see. Stein, anything else before we end today? You got anything else for us?
Nope, you guys are good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast presented by the Godsey Law Firm. We will be back tomorrow. We will have our post-game show. Are you getting up? Sourcing text? Sourcing call? Okay.
He's assuming the posting position.
Like, see, move. He's what's happening here?
Give me some room.
Yeah,
elbow room.
I got a tweet. Need some elbow room. We will be back with our post-game show. So remember, tomorrow's game tips off at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Vegas time. So that means our post-game show will be late, boys and girls, late tomorrow night. So look for us at around 11:15, 11:30-ish, around there as far as Central Time is concerned. It'll be about 9:15, 9:30 here, locally here in Las Vegas. So again, make sure you mark your calendars. It's going to be a late night tomorrow night as your Mavericks take on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Vegas time. Shout out to our guy John Anderson, making us looking to sound good this week. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Shout out to our guest Christian Clark of The Athletic for joining us. Our guy Tim Cato, our ALLCITY national NBA reporter, for also joining us as well. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carella. That is our national NBA insider Marc Stein. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer Herro Jr. I'm your man Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you tomorrow night from Las Vegas here at the Westgate Superbook after the Mavericks take on Los Angeles Lakers at NBA Summer League. Y'all be good. We'll talk to you then. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.